Hi, it is 26th of October 2020. So this last warning video that I received confirmation to release, the title speaks for itself, and I will show you how I received the message through a news article and an incident that happened on 18th of September this year. The numbers just stuck out to me when I heard the first news footage, and so I took the note of them and I took down the numbers and strongs, and I wasn't really sure if it was from the Lord, so I just prayed and waited on it, and then I received a second set of numbers to confirm it, and then I still wasn't sure, and I received another confirmation to release it. So what happened was on that day, well, firstly, a sister, Katie, asked a group of us if there was very strong winds that day, or if the weather was strange that day. And it wasn't at the time, but later on, it got extremely windy here where I live. And then later I heard on the news that a freak gust of wind caused an accident on our harbour bridge. The wind gusted for 3 minutes. It was 60 kilometers per hour, and then it gusted up to doubled to 120. This is the headline here. 2 trucks hit by freak 127k wind gusts on Harbour Bridge, tipping one over and damaging bridge. The initial news report I heard said 60 to 120, and then later on when I heard speeds of 127, I took note of that, and I also heard another report said 130k winds, so I took note of that as well. The picture of this is that it's a very strange occurrence, and also it points to chaos and destruction as well. So I'll show you what I found in Strong's. First, I'd like to point out that this occurrence happened soon after the release of the Abrahamic Peace Accord coin, and there's a number here that will link to this, which I will show you soon. So the first number was 3. The wind gust lasted for 3 minutes. Strong's 3 points to Abaddon, or Abaddon, the angel of the abyss, the destroyer, i.e. destroying angel, or a place of destruction. And H3 is fresh green, and it also, over in the orange on the right, says the fruits, and it actually points to the first fruits going forth. If I can find where. Oh yes, down here. Greenness fruit from the same as abiyb. And abiyb always sticks out to me because I received a dream a couple of years ago where it said in 24 hours an alignment event would happen and the first fruits would go forth. So I always remember abiyb. So we'll just go to abiyb. So it's Strong's 24. It is fresh, young ears, also Canaanite name for the first month of the Jewish year. On the right here it says, for the barley was in the air and the flax. Barley points to the barley harvest. And on the right the scriptures are Exodus 13:4. Came ye out in the month of abiyb, and of course in Exodus that speaks of the Israelites' exodus from their captivity in Egypt, and this will speak to, firstly, for the first fruits harvest. Our escape from captivity comes first in our exodus to the throne of God, the first rapture. Exodus 23:15, of the month abiyb, for in it thou camest out. Exodus 34:18 of the month Abiyb for in the month, and in the INT it says the appointed month of Abiyb, so it's an appointed time. And there was just a moment. So it's all the scripture for Abiyb talks about coming out, and there was another version that says that's about going forth. Here's one, Leviticus 2:14. It says, of thy first fruits, green ears of corn dried. Okay, so the second number was 60. The wind was 60 kilometers per hour. G60 pertains to the marketplace, an agitator, a lounger in the marketplace, perhaps with the idea of agitator. So possibly an event will take place that will agitate the marketplace, possibly the stock market or the economy. And then H60 is morning, and the next number was it gusted to 120 k's per hour. In Greek it means I lose heart, I am despondent, am disheartened. And when I saw this spoke to me of the Father's heart, to be disheartened, dispirited, broken in spirit. And we know that the Lord does weep over the unrepentant and the disobedient and the stubborn. And this points to what the Lord is disheartened about is Adam, which is mankind. And then the next number was 127. I'm not sure if this means anything. It is ground, land. In Genesis 1:25, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And actually it's the same as Adam on the bottom left there. That also points to mankind. And 127 in Greek is a sense of shame. And then the next number was 130. In the Greek, and this is the one we should pay attention to as well, it's shedding of blood, a shedding or pouring forth of blood in sacrifice. And Hebrews 1:30, a descendant of Edom. And this is the same as Esau, and the Edomites are the Arabic tribes, or the Arabians, or Islam. So if you put slaughter and Islam together, and the Shriner's sword on the Abrahamic Accord coin, and this is the back of the coin. It was maybe a few days after this was released, Sister Katie shared that a friend of hers who was in IT added up the binary code here, the zeros and the ones, and he came to a total of 130. We weren't really sure what it meant, but soon after, when that freak wind gust happened and I got 130, then that number in Strong's points to a bloody slaughter at the Edomites, Islam. It really seems to connect. And I looked up what this sword is, course, the Islamic symbol is the crescent moon and the star, so that ties them together. And I did another search, Islamic Shriner's sword, and it says here, Shriners, Freemasons wear a Muslim symbol, that of the religion of Islam, on their license plates. Shriners are 33rd degree Masons in the Scottish Rite. They set out a Quran in their lodges and wear Islamic symbol. As we know, there have been other dreams, visions, words about bombings going off at the hand of the radical Islamics. I know there's many small towns in America that are overrun by them, and in London, in Australia, they're very near to Indonesia. Everywhere they will probably have cells ready to go. So I guess this is just a warning. The second confirmation I received was a story that someone told me. His friend received a speeding ticket. He was going 60 kilometres per hour and was ticketed at going 120 k's per hour in the 60k zone. So that was the second confirmation. So take this to the Lord, but I believe this confirms what other people have received regarding the Lord using the religion of Islam to bring his judgment upon the people in the land. God bless.